Think we want another draw spell? Well, actually, the version that did well tonight actually had, believe it or not, was main decking the Profaner instead of the Sower. And was running 2 1-drop wizards that are just solid blockers but also bounce. Well, let's talk about what got us here, right? With this record. What got us here with this record? Okay, it was Sage and Glenn, right? So maybe we're being too preemptive at cutting them. I just don't like how the deck's curving is all I'm saying. That worries me. Grixis Control has Tazgir and Gurmag. Both died of Dismember, says Homeless. Yep, that's true. I don't hate the idea of more Dismember in the deck in general. Maybe not main deck, maybe sideboard. Bdrow says hashtag Eldrazi. Ill Intent wants the Fantastic Image back in. We could. Fantastic Image. Okay, hang on. This card's interesting against Eldrazi. Here's the interesting thing about Phantasmal Image. Against Eldrazi, you copy their biggest threat and then you trade with it. This thing has other applications too. We were rocking this for a while, and this card was also in the same deck that was getting wins as well. I do like the idea of that card. Again, bringing it back. Severed says no Sower got us this far. This actually should be in the sideboard. I'm not even kidding. I think the Mastermind is a sideboard card, and why? I think Mastermind excels when we know the matchup is going to be a grind. I think that we're wrong about the main deck Master. Not that it's wrong in the deck. I don't agree with that assessment, because this guy, again, has been in the build that's been getting wins. But I think it's a sideboard card. No, Sower got us this far? Okay, so main deck the Sower still? Okay. Okay. David says, no way. Phantasmal's going to get wrecked by the Displacers and the Drowners. Okay. That's fair. There was a reason we cut it, and that was some of the complaint to the card was, yes, both of those cards. I think Sower's main deckable in a very low Lightning Bolt count meta. Okay. It is, actually, which is interesting. I don't know, I just wanted the deck to curve. Can you blame me? Oh, the Profaner was in the board, actually, still. Champaka says just run some Serum Visions. Is Serum Visions bad? It feels bad for me because I come from Legacy and Vintage, but no, it's not. It's not bad. I just feel bad every time I cast it, unless I'm playing like a combo deck like Ascendancy. I just can't stand that card. There's no preordain, and there's no way. We're not even gonna talk about the other cantrips because they just take a dump on that card. Ban Wizards. We don't like new decks. Okay. But yeah, we could go back either you want to main deck the Profaner or you want to main deck the Spellskite. We did that for a while, had a main deck Spellskite. That lowers the curve. Run Roast instead of Dismember, more mana conservative. Yeah, we've done that too. We ran like a Singleton Roast and then had a Roast in the sideboard. We've run Roasts. Yeah, we had, what was it? We had a 2-of Roast for a while. We had 1 main deck Roast, 1 sideboard Roast. I like Roasts. Instead of the Dismember. What would that look like? Couple of Roast. Hang on a second. Maybe we're onto something here. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. What about that? Did we run Jeskai before or attempted? Yes, because we wanted to maybe throw in the Meddling Mage. Do we need all 3 Master? Yes, unfortunately. If the meta was a little less aggro, I would say you can trim a Master, but it's just so nice to have the 3rd Master for multiple reasons. Also, in the current build, we can't cut any Merfolk, other than maybe a Sage, but... We've cut to 2 Masters and then we started losing again. So like I kind of swear by the triple Master, but you maybe could. Sherman says go ahead and stick the Chalice in the main. Yeah, if we keep running few 1-drops, yeah, you could maybe get away with that. But then that would also, you would want to maybe start main deck, like then you go down the rabbit hole, because then you also want to maybe main deck the Trick-a-Mage, and then the deck just starts to get too cute. Like, Chalice is best when we know it's good, and then you aren't going rabbit holes. Degenda says, I love the Triple Masters. Yeah, I mean, like, the Master's actually really sweet. Bedraw says, I don't like the Mutavault. Yeah. It's pretty good with Prodigy as well. Like, you get to activate Mutavault, make it tap itself, sacrifice it to Prodigy. We ran one Mutavault for a while. Like, for a while, actually, our mana base was less greedy. It was just a 1 of Cavern, and it was a 1 of Mutavault, and then these were both fetches and or more island. Degenda says, I like bridge in the board. We've done that before too, Degenda. We've had one bridge main, one bridge board. Yeah. We could do that too. What about -1 Venser, -1 Sower? Bridge is so good against the meta though, says Shaman. It is. Is there a certain percentage of wins you want before a deck is ready? I feel like we've already surpassed that. I mean, like, the record is insane. As far as, like, a new brew is concerned, the record is insane. The record is absolutely bonkers. That's why I'm kind of disappointed. I know that sounds really weird to you guys, the fact that I'm disappointed that the deck's been doing this well, because I kind of wanted it to be a fun brew. I actually, when we built this originally with the Prodigy, I was like, I wanted to build around this card, and we built the deck, and the fact that it's become competitive almost disappoints me. I say almost because it is kind of cool, and like I said, Frank is playing the deck now, Frank Lepore, and that's really cool to like affect the Magic community in such a way. It also disappoints me because like we can't be as cutesy with the deck anymore. -1 Bridge, -1 Moon, -1 Ether Mage, -1 Land, +4 Serums, says Chimpaka. We could. Do we head to Fairy? No, the very first version of the deck was actually called, was named after him. The very first version of the deck was not Dumbledore's Army. It was something that had to do with Teferi. I can't remember the name now, actually, because that was like 3 weeks ago. It was something like, something that had to do with Teferi. I'm sure some of you guys in the room remember why it was, had something to do with Teferi. Dorothea says, just evolving the deck. Yeah, you're a wizard, Teferi. It was another Harry Potter reference. So at least we stuck true to the deck and kept the Dumbledore theme going. Yeah, you're a wizard, Teferi. There you go. I get Eldrazi, hate all 4, but Roast is strictly better than Bolt. Helps finish a player off, does more. Oh, BB Drowse, we were running a playset of Bolt with the original build too. Back when we were on the You're a Wizard, Teferi. It was a playset of Lightning Bolt, no question. I mean, I'd rather beat Eldrazi with Bridge than Roasts, like we have been. I'm not sure about going back to Roast just yet. As long as Frank calls it Dumbledore's Army or Wombo Combo Wizards, I'm cool. Yeah, me too. I hope he does. I would be very disappointed if he changed the name of the deck, because we built it. We built it here. Aggro Fiend, we built it here. About 3 weeks ago. It's almost been a month since we started playing Wizards, actually. Glad this brew has been in testing for so long and doing well. Yeah, I mean, like, we could, I mean, like, yes, that's something you can do. We can cut these 2 greed lands. We can cut the 1 to 2 greed lands. These are the greediest lands in the deck, period. And we could run Visions. I hate this card. It's so bad. Are we really going to do that to our beautiful Wizards deck? Are we going to run Serum Visions? This card is not solid. But yes, you could do that. I'm just not a fan. It also makes the side, like, now we wouldn't really want to run Chalice in the board, okay? I'm still with you. I'm still with you. I'm still here. I'm still with you. Okay, we do that, and then we sideboard the Spellskite. Okay. And then we can cut a Master, maybe. Okay. Then we can maybe cut... Okay. Okay. Degenda doesn't like the Visions. I just don't like the Visions. I don't like it. If this was preordained, sign me up. Hang on. For what it's worth, hang on, for what it's worth, let's just talk about it briefly. If this was unbanned, I would play them in that spot. For what it's worth, If this was not banned, which it shouldn't be, combo's bad even if it had preordained right now. Chumpaga says, indeed, it will hurt the first few times you cast it, but it grows. I cast this all the time in Ascendancy. I'm fine with it being in the deck when it's a necessity. Like, when the card is a necessary evil for an archetype, such as Ascendancy. We do play 4-color Ascendancy on stream. It's so much fun. And it's fast enough. Yes, if you're wondering, Ascendancy is fast enough to beat Eldrazi. We can combo off before they ever get the first Thought Not Seer. Anyway, that's another story. If this was this, sign me up. It is not that. It is not the same. It is just not the same. It's not the same. Seemed like a completely different deck with Vision, says Chuhang. Sherman says, I've never thrown a hand away with Serum in 1 blue land. We need Teysa Painter with Glenn. I've got it. Alright, so what are we doing with it? Talk to me, stream. Somebody said Painter. What are we doing with it? How are we making this work in Wizards? We made it work in Teysa. We made it work in the Teysa deck. How do we make Painter work here? Talk to me. Everybody, hit your computer, hit Gatherer. How are we going to abuse Painter in this deck? Talk to me, stream. Add white, cut a Mutavault, add white for Reflector Mage, Hollow Fountain, and Moons. Dorothea says, Red Blast says in issue 0. Sever says, I was joking. We thought we were joking with the other deck. We made it work. Flash Freeze. I know. I'm messing around too. Some of you guys just wonder. Like, sometimes I like to rickroll you guys. Sometimes I like... I'm just kidding. I'm not rickrolling you. Well, we are listening to the song. This is a remix. Don't... Relax. Relax. You're not being rickrolled. This is a remix. Gotta make you understand. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna. Never gonna. It's a mashup, yeah. Paint blue, run Martyr Frost. I'm down. We actually, in one of the very first builds of the deck, had a 2 of Martyr Frost. One of the first versions of the deck had Martyr Frost. If you don't like Rick Astley, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Guttural response? No. You might as well just run Dispel, though. Which we were running for a little while. We had like a 1 main deck Dispel. Alright, hang on a second. Before we change everything, let's re-explore some of these threads. So what do we value more in the current metagame, Cavern or Muta? I kind of value Mutavault more. Agenda says, for real, I think 3 Reflector Mages will set this deck off. Go blue, white, red, moon. Okay. Bloodgay says, Master Waves already has good synergy with Painter. Reflector seems like the truth. Hold up, hold up. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell. Are we sure we want to splash white? I don't think so. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and hang on. Let's think about where we've come. We've come from a complete brew, right? We've come from literally scratch. We came from literally scratch. We brewed this together about 3 weeks ago. Do we really want to change Dumbledore's army so much? I think it's just little changes.